Captain's log, stardate 2641.11.29. The Artemis has investigated an astronomical phenomenon described in the ruins of a primitive civilization as an emissary. The entity disappeared into a temporary subspace distortion, which has dragged the Artemis with it, transporting us about 20 sectors away from Seleno Station, with no immediate path of return, as the subspace distortion has collapsed and the entity has vanished. We find ourselves in a nebula close to a system surrounding an orange star. While cadets Perks and Kepler are working on a solution to return us to Starcom territory, we will explore this star system and look for further information on this emissary entity. The crew is visibly nervous, and the unspoken question we all ponder is, what else lurks out here among the stars? We certainly wish we had a bit more steel, titanium and firepower between ourselves and whatever else is out here, but nothing for it. We're going to have a look at the surrounding planets. There's a rocky world. The scanner's up, and see if we can drop the planetary lander, but it's a relatively boring system and nothing much to see here. Let's see, we'll pass by the orange star and then we'll head towards the gas giant. See if the star itself holds any information. The star, oh, there is a comet out here. The star has greater metallicity than I would expect to find in a population 1 group. Stellar evolution must behave differently in this universe. Okay, Cadet Perks, please, while this is all fascinating, please concentrate on finding us a way home. But there was a comet passing by. Yeah, it's out there. So we'll see if we can... this was a blue comet. Maybe this is related in some way to the emissary. Let's fly out and see if we can get into its flight path on the next. It should be a stable orbit around the local star. So if we get into its flight path, we will see if we can get close enough for a scan once the next rotation comes by. So we'll position ourselves about here. I think that's a pretty good location, and we will see if the comet comes around again. Okay, there it is, and we did scan the blue comet. Trace neutron particles in the comet suggest the environment of the system is not natural, influenced by engineering on a massive scale. Okay, so that's an interesting anomaly. We'll see. Engineering on a massive scale. Early civilizations thought comets were portents of significant events. Later we figured out there were chunks of rock and ice from the periphery of star systems. Yes, let's have a look at this gas giant and see if we can find out what might have... Oh, there's a wormhole gateway. Okay, we have found a wormhole gateway, so that will be our path home. Analysis of the structure can give us a detailed record of star system evolution in the universe. We should keep an eye out for more comets, yes. I know it's all very fascinating, but I think the scanners, the work of Cadet Perks and Kepler has shown a potential wormhole gateway next to the gas giant. So that would be our path. Our return path. However, there is still a desert world in this system that we haven't scanned yet, and we also don't know yet where these particular neutronium particles in the comets are coming from. So there it passes by again. Let's head towards that desert world and see if we can find any clues towards. Okay, wow. The scanners are showing a massive structure in space. Apparently it is a ring world. Lieutenant Avery, massive structure is an incredible feat of engineering. Based on the composition, it looks like remnant tech. So this would be the original inhabitants of this galaxy, but they appear to be no longer around because most of their tech appears abandoned. But it is an absolute massive megastructure, and by the looks of it, it has a habitat ring on the inner side. So let's see if we can. Let's see if there's anything on the planet itself. Let's give a quick scan of the desert world in the middle. The planet is periodically swept with sandstorms where individual particles break the sound barrier, creating an audible crackle. By audible, I mean producing vibrations we can detect from space via refraction. That is significantly scary. We've already had a scary sandstorm last time we were landing, but let's investigate this ring world, and maybe we can send the lander down for a closer look. The builders of this artifact had some very advanced knowledge of fluid dynamics and weather patterns. Yeah, I would assume so. The entire inner surface of the massive artifact is covered in an artificial tropical biome. An interconnected lattice of small islands is punctuated by shallow seas. It's clearly been rendered habitable at great effort, but apart from some simple plant life and single-celled aquatic creatures, is uninhabited. And according to Cadet Gliese, the large towers are producing varying airflows. Suspect without them, the inside surface would be experiencing typhoon force winds, probably due to the rotational force of the whole thing, because that might be gravitationally very interesting how that is all set up. But yeah, what a view! A habitable alien megastructure. There could be a great deal to discover here, but millions of square kilometers would take decades to explore. That's definitely the case. So for now, we'll return with this discovery, and we have a Stargate. So if that Stargate is functional, then we will have the possibility to return. Does that show up in my? Yeah, we'll investigate the nearby sectors. That's certainly something we need to do. All right, let's head towards the gateway and see if we can activate it. And if the gateway is active, then we have our way back to Seleno Station. And it might be a good idea to return there first. And the gateway is indeed active, so with that we can make the massive jump back to the Seleno gateway. And there we go. And now we can return safely to the station and report to Dr. Rama about our discovery. Alien ship has made it through. They do not appear to be hostile. This seems to be the first alien ship we've seen. They're classified on the sensors as a Guerrier researcher. Well, let's hail them. Greetings, we are the Guerrier. We have made contact with your representatives as Seleno. Are you Commander Cromwell of Artemis? Yes, I am. We understand you are an explorer in this space. We too are seekers of knowledge, but we have been here much longer. We're happy to share our learnings and hope you will share with us. Okay, so the question of intelligent alien life has been answered, and apparently they are friendly, and friendly researchers to that. They do have 4 eye sockets, so they don't match the alien skeleton we had found on one of the worlds when we were battling the radar drones. We'll share what we can. Too happy to share what we know. So what do they know? We can ask about the emissary. We encountered a fast-moving object with a long trail. Do you know what that was? The emissaries. Some regard them as an omen of good luck. There are other stories of travelers who followed them to their demise. I can see how, yeah. Where those stories would have come from is as mysterious as the emissaries themselves. Such is the nature of superstition. We have detected them briefly in our sensors. I suspect they may be probes of some kind. Okay. Might be related to that ring world, because that's effectively where it has brought us. So it could be that at some point that was either a trade hub or some form of civilizational center, but it would be fascinating to find out what had happened to the people who lived there. So about the remnant artifacts that we find all over the place. Wondrous things. All of course know of the great gateways used by the fallen empire to maintain control, whose shibboleths are now jealously guarded. Most say the Empire built them. It is true the Empire was capable of great things, like these flingers that connect local system, but we believe the gateways are much older. Also, this is pre-Empire tech. And we have heard of other artifacts, much larger and with their own secrets, giant devices of limitless power, unbreakable yet broken vessels, worlds surrounding worlds, and more. If you find any such things, we hope you will share with us. Cadet Triton actually waves me to the side. Pre-translation structure suggests they have not just heard of some of these, but probably observed firsthand. So they know about these things then. And I don't have an option to share about the ring world with them. So for now, we'll end. We can ask to trade. But I don't have a clear picture yet what we need to trade for. I think yttrium was one, but yeah, without knowing, let's have a quick look. Let's see what they trade in. They trade in silver, which we do not have any, and they actually have a few artifacts for sale. That would be interesting to potentially purchase these. So silver is the currency. That means they're not directly trading in silver, but everything else, it's the price. It's the spread between what they sell per silver and what they purchase. So, okay, good to know. We might be able to trade for some exotic materials with them that we can't find otherwise. For now, it is good to have found friendly and started communications with friendly aliens who have been in this sector. They said they have been in this sector for much longer, so I'm assuming they're not local here either. And they are definitely interested in the Fallen Empire, specifically in remnant tech. And they have mentioned something that everyone is. So there might be more factions out here that we haven't come in contact yet with. Let's report to the Commodore. What do you think of the Guerrier, Commodore? Given our vulnerable position right now, I'm relieved that the second faction to have discovered our location isn't aggressively hostile. I maintain some skepticism that their motives are purely scientific curiosity. For now, consider them a source of potential information, but with caution. Yep, that will be all for now. Okay, so not much else. We've delivered our report, and apparently the coffee situation is getting worse. The daily limit on coffee in the commissary is now limited to 200 milliliters, 300 mils for research lab staff. Please address your questions and concerns to your division head, not logistics. Yes, the coffee situation is getting. Is ongoingly worse. All right, we've got a good number of research points, but I think we didn't have enough modules of the fixed weapon systems in order to research these just yet. So we can spend that on some other things. We could get better reactors. Because let's have a look. Currently, more firepower would be, I think, mandated, and better armor, just in general. Propulsion would also be not bad, but I don't think we have the. We don't have any gold. We don't have enough titanium for void surface wings, so it's not an awful lot we gain out of getting improved things here. Ion drives, that just increases the engine's max thrust. That might be just worth doing because that does not require upgrades. The thermal analysis is going to become important when we're building the ship, so I may as well get that out of the way just so I don't forget about it. We can't even build basic deflectors, so there's really no need for any further hull upgrades. We can get some improvements onto the plasma guns. That would be something. But I think sensor calibration is a good idea as well. So because if we are going mainly on exploration missions, then having better sensors is going to be valuable, and it also allows a scanner module for increasing detection range, which I probably won't have materials for, so not an awful lot. we can do. Instead, I might spend some points on crew training. We've still got a few interesting things like plasma fire support. So every crew member with 1 tactics improves plasma turret accuracy. Currently, our tactical officer obviously being Cadet Cygnus Lee, but James Rea has a basic training in tactics, so he might as well. So he can assist her with fire control. So that might actually be worth doing. Then we have spatial partitioning. That would be observation. That's also good to have. So let's get that done. And we have coordinated response. That's the repair rate. That would also be good. So let's get that training underway too. And then we've got 80 points left. We could get increased fire rate for the plasma turrets. Yeah. We get the turret repeaters researched, and there we are. I think we've got some interesting upgrades. Now I can now simulate the heat profile from the weapon systems, which means I might actually start now that we have an opportunity to trade. I might start putting down a target design for an upgrade of the Artemis that is a bit more capable as a ship, such that we know what resources we're going to trade towards. So let's have a look at that. First things first, the forward plasma turret is not needed there. I'm going to have a potentially even a full deflector forward. Yes, so a full armor plating forward would be valuable, because that would reduce the amount of damage we're taking in these kind of engagements. And we are definitely in need of an additional plasma turret. Let's have a look what the heat profile looks like if we put these next to each other. That still works on nominal heat. So that would give us 4 turrets. We have the void wings, and thanks, Lieutenant Milton. I have read up on how the shipyard works. We've got the void wings, but touching them like this would mean that they are. So we could flip them around, I guess. Do it like this. Yeah, they would interfere with the thermal solution for the. Actually, as it is, it would start interesting. So just fitting the void wings on. Yeah, the thermals are a bit problematic for these. Do we have... where were they? No, I don't think we have the tech yet. There is a tech for reducing the heat profile, but it looks like the void wings would noticeably increase the amount of heat produced by the plasma turrets. We could, of course, put them more outside, which would solve the problem. But alternatively, what we can do actually, let's see. So what if I put the plasma turret here, remove the bulkhead, and stick the wing on that? So that'll reduce the structural integrity somewhat. And it obviously coincides with the engines, but how does that look like from a thermal standpoint? It's not ideal either, because we have the engine's thermals in that. All right, I'll play around a little bit with it and see if I can come up with a target design that has a bit of armor and some capability some improved firepower capabilities. Okay, with the current tech, that would be a design goal. We're having significant thermal problems, which means fitting additional armor around the rear of the ship is not really an option. But this would be a noticeably faster Vega-class scout ship, and it would have 4 plasma guns as well as small void wings for increasing speed in deep space, plus an additional set of engines around. So with that, peak draw, obviously, energy output is insufficient, and but I don't think I can. I don't think I can safely fit another reactor in. So if I were to put another reactor in the middle here, then I think we would be running into heat problems again. Well, let's try that. So this actually works out reasonably well. It looks like the heat generation from the microreactors is minimal. So that would be the design target. 8 gigajoules output from the reactors, peak draw of 9, and improved firepower, but significantly improved speed as well, allowing us to get away if we are outgunned. So this would be the Mark II Vega design with a actual forward deflector. So that's going to need additional aluminum, titanium, gold, iridium, and chirolite. So yeah, definitely resources that we're going to have to trade towards and or find on various expeditions. So for now, we'll save it as a design goal and make our way back to our primary mission, which was to explore the first system that we had after the jump gate, after the Stargate, in order to find out more about the Red Raiders, which are currently the primary threat for Seleno Station. Personal log, Mark Gliese. I've gone over the Mark II designs with the captain, and his ideas weren't bad. Of course, had to correct things here and there, but that's to be expected. I don't trust him much. He seems too eager to get out there and put us in danger. Too rush. Unfortunately, this is the only chance for me to get promoted out here after what happened between me and Milton. Jennifer seems to know the XO from her time as a privateer and trusts her, so that's that. James is a lost cause, but maybe I can convince Alex to join me if the time comes. As we leave Seleno Station, Perks points out that our improved and upgraded scanners have picked up an orange star about 2 sectors from here. We will have to fly this through deep space because because obviously there's no gateway to it or anything else. But I think it'll be valuable to check out our immediate vicinity. So we'll set course, and it'll take a while to get there, but we'll make our way there and see what goes on in this particular star system. Now that we've left Seleno, the void effect is kicking in, and we are actually speeding up quite significantly in the deep space between systems. Still, which is going to shorten our journey, but still, it's quite a far distance to fly. As we're approaching the yellow star, another star, the orange star that we had previously picked up, another star shows up on the sensors, and now we are starting to get towards the first planets as well. Starting to slow down, but let's head for the gas giant and see what other planets we can pick up in this system. And there's a neighboring system as well. If we can find a gateway anywhere here, then we'll have a much faster return route towards Seleno. Otherwise, we'll have to fly through deep space, which is taking some time. But even with our current engines, is absolutely doable within the closer proximity. There is a gateway here, so that's good news. First of all, slow down and begin scans on the gas giant. Anything here? No. There is a rocky planet. Actually, there's the gateway, and there is a secondary planet nearby, an oceanic world. So let's scan that. And we have found something on the surface. Let's get people into the planetary lander and get the away team down onto the oceanic planet. It seems some climate disaster in the past century caused much of the surface of this planet to flood. Judging from the visible technology, the planet was a pre-space era. The team lands atop one of the few tall structures to protrude above the sea surface, within which the anomaly signals originate. As Cadet Gliese examines the architecture, a trapdoor suddenly opens, plunging them into the briny water. Before the team can react, they are dragged off into a submerged building by crab-like creatures wielding some kind of spear guns. Fortunately, Cadet Gliese's suit telemetry shows they are unhurt and still within with several hours of oxygen. So we can either get Jennifer to try and shoot our way out of there, or and get to Gliese and the away team, or we can get Alex Triton to try and negotiate with the aliens, which has a better chance. So we're going to go with that and see what they. Using the Universal Translator, Cadet Triton establishes that the trap was meant for members of a rival group. Realizing the technological difference is not in their favor, the aliens are quite happy to release Cadet Gliese along with a gift of some aluminium. Alright, everybody return to the ship. This could have gone much worse, but yeah, it pays to be careful. And I think Mark Gliese is wearing the red shirt, so I think danger comes with that. Okay, we actually seem to be finding some debris out here. Anything on the scanners? Deja vu. Containers have similar markings to the ones spilled by cargo ship near Maya. How did they get here? Is this Starcom materials? We can at least salvage, I guess, because there's some aluminium in here, and there's a decent amount of them. Okay, let's make sure that the path is clear, and then we'll make our way towards the planet and see if we can find out anything about the origins of this particular debris field. Okay, let's scan the planet, and there is an anomaly down there, so maybe we'll find some answers. Away team off. And several hundred square kilometers of the planet's surface are scarred with meteor impacts. Most of the craters have little to no debris, the meteorite having vaporized on impact, but in some, a chunk of the slag remains. The team conducts a series of short flights in the lander, easily gathering them up. So, according to Cadet Perks, this is from the debris field orbit around in the orbit. So we were able to retrieve 9 titanium and 5 yttrium. But it remains completely obscure as to where this debris field actually came from. Regardless, I'm going to go through and beginning salvage, because we are in dire need of materials. So anything we can pick up here is going to be massively valuable. These look red. Oh yeah, these are explodey. The red ones, so we do have to be careful with those. This is exactly the same situation we were facing when we were in when we were doing the original garbage disposal at Maya. I think the Commodore might have. We'll have a chat with him, but he might have some. There might be some things that he hasn't told us about. Well, we'll see. For now, I'm just going to collect all resources that we possibly can out of the area. We've got Cygnus Lee setting the plasma turrets to auto fire and getting the computer to track the debris, which is just easier than doing it by hand. We've found quite a few fascinating things so far. We have found some yttrium, and we have picked up. Okay, so this is definitely Starcom debris. So not just by the shape, but we've also picked up some Starcom components. So let's clear out the rest. Clear out the rest of it, and then I'll investigate what we have pulled out of the debris here. Okay, we have cleared the field. We've picked up some iridium. We've picked up a whole lot of yttrium and a good amount of titanium as well, and these Starcom components. So let's see what we found here. Device for controlling xenium reactors. Since our own technology, we're not likely to learn much from scientifically from this debris. Yes. The bigger question is, why is it here? Cadet Cygnus Lee. I've seen this kind of controller used by military division in some research projects. Extremely high energy, but impractical as a weapon. I think we will actually... There is another star here, but we have a gateway now. So I think we will return to Seleno and see if this could be the... I think the Commodore mentioned that there was another ship here, so we might actually have found their remnants. So we should let the Commodore know as quickly as possible. So let's head back to Seleno, and then we will inform Commodore U about what we have found. We found a debris filled with containers from our home universe. Any idea why? What have you not told us? During Seleno's construction, they moved pretty fast. There was an accident with one of the construction ships that scattered leftover materials. I guess some of it got captured by the gravity of the nearby system. And this leftover material had experimental xenium weapons because... you found some of those materials. Well, they did move pretty fast and there were some accidents, you said that. Unfortunately, I'm under some pretty strict orders on what I can disclose. The word court-martial was used more than once. Alright, understood, Commodore. It is above my pay grade. I have considered a potential workaround. If I can make a compelling case for a field promotion for you, I can give you clearance for some more details. That's all I can say on the topic for now. Okay, so we'll have to prove ourselves, which means looking for the going back and looking for more information on the Red Raiders. There's still flingers out there. There's still the star system where we had encountered the emissary, and there's still further stars. There's a nebula out here, so a lot of things to discover. And I believe that should then be our priority, so such that the Commodore can actually tell us a bit more about what's going on here, and we can begin unraveling some of these mysteries.